Welcome to Downtown Yoga, sponsored by Florida Blue, where your health and the health of the community is top priority. As we all adjust our lives in these rapidly changing times, please know that Florida Blue is prepared to continue serving you. Florida Blue has transitioned to virtual support and services, but their locally based team remains here for you and are just a phone call away. Feel free to call with any questions related to your health and well-being, your care options, or anything that you need help with. You can count on Florida Blue now and when things get back to normal. 850-558-3061. My name is Addie, and I'm here at Clayman Plaza. I'll be guiding you through a gentle yoga flow. Maybe use this time to grab any props or anything that you might need for your practice, and we'll get started in an easy seated shape. You might cross your legs or something simple, but just thinking about a nice tall posture, crown of the head reaching up towards the sky, sit bones grounded into the mat, shoulders are soft, face is soft, and just noticing your body sitting in space. Starting to bring some awareness to your breath here, breathing in and out through the nose. Really effortless breath. And noticing if the mind starts to wander away to other things, and that is okay. Just always redirecting your awareness back to your breath. We'll take a few more breaths in and out. Let's take one more breath. And then when you feel ready, we'll start to find a little bit of movement, wiggling our toes and fingers, maybe shrugging your eyebrows up and down a couple of times, sliding the hands down to the knees and tucking the chin to the chest. So just feeling some space in the back of the neck here, breathing. And then we'll start to find a little movement of the head from side to side, just a gentle C-shaped motion so that you feel a stretch in your neck. We'll go nice and easy, nice and slow. And we'll go ahead and find a pause here. Let's take our right ear to our right shoulder, and we'll hold for a breath. And then chin back to chest, left ear towards left shoulder, holding for a breath. And then bringing the chin back down to the chest, using your next inhale to puff out your chest and lift your chin. And then exhaling to round your spine, shoulders come forward, drop the chin to the chest. Again, we'll inhale, puffing out the chest, lifting the chin. And exhale, rounded spine, chin to chest. Again, inhale, little back bend. And exhale, a rounded spine. Inhale, take that back bend. On our exhale, we'll stretch the arms out by our sides, and then we'll use our inhale to reach them all the way up. On your exhale, float them down. Try it again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, float them down. Last one like that. Inhale to reach up. On your exhale, putting the right hand down, reaching the left arm up and over for a side body stretch. You can look down if that feels good to your neck. Breathing here. You can also look up. On your next inhale, both arms up overhead. On your exhale, go the other way. Left hand down, right arm reaches. So finding some space in the right side of the body, looking down or looking up, that's your choice. One more breath. Using your next inhale to bring both arms up overhead. On your exhale, we'll take a forward fold. So floating the hands down to the mat, and you're welcome to stay active, kind of pressing into the hands, shrugging the shoulders away from the ears. You can also turn this into more of a passive shape, relaxing your elbows. Let's take 2 more breaths. And after that second breath, we'll start to help ourselves up, walking the hands forward and then walking them back behind you for a back bend. Drawing the shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, lifting your chin. And on your next exhale, release, coming back to neutral. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, press the palms together and float them down. We'll start to make our way into a tabletop hands and knees. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees for some cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Again, inhale, drop the belly, chin and tail rise. And then exhaling to round through the spine, push the floor away. Last one, inhale. And exhale. From here, we'll come back to a nice neutral tabletop, and we'll slide our right leg long behind us and stretch the left arm forward for a spinal balance. Getting steady here, let's take a big breath in. And on our exhale, we'll crunch, bring the elbow to the knee. They don't have to touch. Inhale, kick it back out. And exhale, crunch. Last one, inhale, kick. Exhale, crunch. Use your inhale to kick out long. And on your exhale, set it back down to table, and we'll do the other side. Maybe swaying your hips from side to side in between sides. And then we'll slide our left leg long, right arm stretches forward, getting steady. Inhale to stretch and reach. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, kick. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen your body out long, stretch, get steady. And then floating back down to your tabletop. Doing a little wag of the tail, checking in with the glutes and the hips. And maybe a little wrist stretch here, back of the hands, find the mat, wiggling the fingers. Let's give those hands a shake, and then we're moving into our first downward facing dog. Hands out about a palm print from your tabletop, curl the toes under, hips up and back, and we'll hang out here for a few breaths. Actively pushing the floor away, and if you like, you can pedal the feet, pressing into one heel and then the other. Know that if you want to be in a different shape, you can always find tabletop or child's pose whenever you need to rest. Trying some movement with our breath here. On your next inhale, we'll shift it forward to a high plank, top of a push-up. Bring your shoulders forward over your wrists. On your exhale, send it right back to downward facing dog. Try it again. Inhale, bring it forward, high plank, strong belly. Exhale, back, downward dog. Inhaling to bring it forward. And on your exhale, we'll drop the knees, uncurl the toes, inhale at the top, and exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Couple cobras with our breath. Inhale, roll your chest up, and exhale, safely lower down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Last one, inhale, lift, and exhale to lower. Let's press into our hands, and we'll shift our way back through tabletop to find child's pose. Knees out wide, big toes touch, sitting the hips back to your heels, resting all the way down. We'll rest here for a little bit of time just to reconnect back to stillness, reconnect back to the flow of our breath, allowing the shoulders to rest and allowing the hips to get a little bit of compression. Taking deep breaths into the low back and the sides of the body, softening the muscles of the face. Take a nice breath in and a nice breath out. And we'll slowly make our way out of child's pose back to tabletop for some intuitive movement. Anything that feels like a good idea. Maybe some cat and cow with your breath. And then we'll start to make our way back into downward facing dog. Once you get there, you can pedal your feet or you can just be still, checking in with the hamstrings, checking in with the shoulders. Take a breath. Maybe some deep knee bends while you're here. Maybe a little flow with your breath. So we'll use our next inhale to lift our heels up a lot. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Inhale, straighten the knees. And exhale, we'll guide the heels down. Let's look between the hands, bend the knees, take a walk to the top of the mat. Once you get there, try a half lift. Inhale, hands to shins. Soften your shoulders. Flat back. And on your exhale, bend the knees and forward fold. We'll take a ragdoll shape for our first forward fold. So legs are really supportive so that your upper body can relax and hang heavy. You can nod your head yes and shake your head no. You might also grab opposite elbows and take a little sway from side to side. Notice if you feel a low back stretch or a low back release. We'll take 2 more breaths. And then when you feel ready, bending the knees, rounding the spine, coming all the way up to a stand, stretching your arms up overhead, big breath in, and exhale, we'll relax the arms down. Finding your mountain pose for a couple rounds of breath, standing up nice and tall, palms shining forward to help you find an extra opening across your chest, feet firmly planted into the mat. Let's take 1 more breath in and out. And then using your next inhale to stretch the arms up overhead, and exhale, float them down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, float the arms down. Let's inhale, reach the arms all the way up. We'll interlace the fingers and release the pointer fingers, and we'll start to do a little tick-tock from side to side. Biceps hug the ears, arms are strong, legs are strong, feeling some space in the sides of the body. Let's inhale, reach up tall through center, exhale over to your right. Take a breath. And then inhale, reach up tall through center, exhale over to your left. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, release the hands, and forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, we'll bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to that high plank. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower down, you can drop the knees. We'll take 1 back bend with our inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, safe transition back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. Maybe pedaling the feet or finding some more of that intuitive movement. And then when you're ready to travel, look between the hands, bend the knees, step walk or take a hop, half lift on your inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Use your next inhale to rise all the way up, and exhale, palms float down. Let's do it again. Inhale, stretch and reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose, and we'll lower down. Take a back bend with your inhale, lift your chest, and on your exhale, safe transition to downward dog. Pausing here, we'll pick up the right leg and fly it long, and then if you like bending at the knee, roll the hip open. Strong in both hands, you can circle out your ankle, flex and point the foot. You can also do a giant circle with your whole knee all the way around. Make sure you do a couple in both directions. Let's kick the leg out long on our inhale. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest and then step it forward. We'll drop the left knee, uncurl the left toes. Low lunge. And then we'll bring the hands to the knee. And then we'll stretch our arms all the way up overhead. Let's take a nice breath in. Then on your exhale, bend both of your elbows, open up your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, we'll bring the hands back down, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee up, and we're coming into a warrior one in crescent. So that just means you're up on the ball of your left foot. It's like a high lunge. Let's take a big breath in. And exhale, we'll bend both of our elbows, find that cactus shape. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, bend the elbows and hold it. So adding in a little back bend to our warrior one, opening up the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, float the hands down. Drop your left knee, uncurl your left toes, and straightening your right leg for half split. Flexing the right set of toes up towards the sky, take a breath. And you can stay here or keep your left hand grounded and pull your right arm back behind you for an IT band stretch. Let's bring that hand down if it's lifted, bending back into your right knee for your low lunge. Curling the left toes under, lifting the left knee up, and stepping back to down dog or tabletop. We'll try the other side, left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Stay strong in the shoulders and then bending at the knee to rotate the hip open. You can circle out your ankle, flex and point, but keep pushing the floor away. And you might also do those giant knee circles with your whole knee all the way around. Breathe. Go both directions. We'll kick the leg out long on our inhale. Exhale, hugging the knee into the chest, and then stepping it forward. Drop your right knee, uncurl your right toes, lift your chest, and then we'll work our way up, bringing the hands to the knee, and then bringing the arms all the way up overhead. Take a nice breath in, and exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, we'll reach the arms back up. Exhale, guiding the fingers down, curling the right toes under, lifting the right knee up for our warrior one. Strong and fierce like a warrior. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, bend at the elbows, open up the chest. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend the elbows. Getting steady. And then stretching the arms all the way up on your next inhale. Exhale, float them down. Drop the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Hips and hands travel backwards for half split. You can softly bow over that leg, finding your breath, feeling a stretch. Or maybe keeping the right fingertips grounded and starting to pull that left arm back behind you for that twist, that IT band stretch that we did on the other side. We'll float the hands back down, bend back into the left knee, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up, and stepping it back to down dog or tabletop. We'll find child's pose again, drop the knees, big toes touch, and relaxing all the way down. Let's take a few deep breaths here in our child's pose, connecting to stillness, connecting to the breath. And then we'll start to ease up out of our child's pose, back to downward facing dog just as a transition. Looking between the hands, bending the knees, step, walk, or hop. Half lift on your inhale, and then exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Pausing here, checking in. We'll relax our hands down, interlacing our fingers back behind the back, drawing the knuckles towards the floor. Take a nice breath in, open your chest, and on your exhale, forward fold, rotating the arms up overhead. Head hangs heavy. One more breath. And then we'll use our inhale to rise all the way up back to chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower down. Take a back bend with your inhale, maybe upward facing dog this time, thighs off the mat. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Pick up your right leg and fly it long, and this time we'll step it forward for a warrior two. So right foot to right thumb, hips are squared open towards the wide side of the mat, arms are out like a T. Gaze is over your front right ring finger. Peaceful warrior, left hand down your left leg, right arm up and back. Open up the chest, we'll take a big breath in. And exhale to extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh, left arm reaches up and over. A long line from the edge of your foot up to your fingertips. We'll use our next inhale to pick ourselves back to warrior two, straightening your right leg, guiding the right toes in, hands to hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold down the middle. We'll pause here in this wide angle forward fold for a couple of breaths. Guiding the shoulders away from the ears. Legs are nice and strong to help you balance. One more breath. And then we'll find a more lifted shape, bringing the hands to the mat. Right hand stays down, left arm pulls up for a twist, and we'll circle out our left wrist. Inhale, open the chest, and exhale to switch. Do the other side. And then we'll bring both hands back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale to rise all the way up. Little back bend at the top if you like. And then exhale back to neutral, dropping the chin to the chest. Lifting the chin up, we're finding a triangle pose. Pointing your right toes towards the top of the mat, legs stay straight, arms out like a T, right hand down, left arm to the sky. Rolling your ribs open towards the sky, breathing. We'll inhale, pick ourselves up for a stargazer. Take a nice breath in. And on your exhale, bending that right knee, taking the hands down, stepping back to down dog or tabletop. We'll find tabletop to do some more rounds of cat and cow just to help us reset the spine and check in with the flow of our breath. Your breath, your movement. And then we'll come back into downward facing dog so that we can do that on the other side. Left leg flies, nice breath in. Exhale, it's warrior two. Left foot to left thumb, hips square open. Heel is in line with arch and shoulders are over hips. Gazing forward, breathe. And then it's our peaceful warrior. Right hand down, left arm stretches up towards the sky. Keep sinking down in the hips, opening up the chest. We'll take a nice breath in and exhale to our side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Stretching and reaching, breathing. We'll come back up through Warrior Two. Straighten your left leg, left toes in, hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold, bringing the fingers down to the mat. We'll point our toes out towards the wide edge of the mat, and we'll start to softly bend our knees from side to side. Keeping the hips high for the first couple, and then maybe diving the hips down a little bit deeper. You can think about flexing your opposite set of toes just to protect your hamstrings and your inner thighs. Moving with control, we'll start to bring it back to the center. Toes point forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, and then inhale to rise up. That little back bend at the top if you like. Exhale, back to neutral. Drop the chin to the chest. Once you feel steady, we'll find our triangle. Left toes towards the top of the mat, arms out like a T. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Strong in both legs. Keep the chest open. Take one more breath. And then we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm stretches up and back for our stargazer. We'll take a nice breath in and use your exhale to cartwheel the hands down to frame your front foot, stepping back to downward facing dog, but we'll meet in our child's pose. Knees to the mat, hips to heels, all the way down for a rest. Let's take a nice breath in and a nice breath out. And then we'll start to make our way out of our child's pose. We're coming back to tabletop and then back to downward facing dog. Look between the hands, bend the knees, and we'll start to make our way into a squat pose at the top of the mat. So think toes out, heels in, and then sitting all the way down. You don't have to sit down very far. You can keep your hips high, and also the heels can be off the mat. Breathing here, big hip stretch. You might take your elbows to your knees and kind of guide your knees away. Moving into a twist here, right fingertips to the ground, left arm to the sky. Big breath in, and exhale to switch. Nice breath in, and exhale. We'll bring both hands down, pausing here in your squat. We'll start to let this shape go, bringing the fingertips down to the mat. Nice breath in, and on your exhale, sending the hips up towards the sky. We'll heel toe the feet together. Inhale, half lift, and exhale to an active forward fold. So that might mean you grab onto the backs of the legs or the feet and pull, but see if your shoulders can be away from your ears, legs are strong. On your next inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll bend the knees, sweep the arms. We're coming back into that chair pose. Let's transfer all of our weight over to our right foot this time. We're going to try a one-legged chair. Hug your left knee into your chest. Wrapping the arms around that left knee, left shin, and starting to straighten through your right leg. Stand up tall. Find a gazing point, fix your focus, and releasing your arms by your sides. One-legged mountain. Then starting to kick that leg back to an airplane pose. Keeping your hands higher than your hips, shoulders away from the ears, belly is strong. And we'll start to bend our right knee, land our left set of toes into a warrior one. Sweep the arms up overhead, big breath in, and exhale, we'll bring the hands down. We'll step back to plank, inhale at the top, exhale, lower down. Take a back bend with your inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, safe transition to downward dog. Look between the hands, bend the knees, step, walk, or hop, half lift on your inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. And from here, starting to transfer all of your weight over to your left foot so that you can hug your right knee up and in. Grabbing onto that right knee if you like and starting to straighten through your left leg, stand up tall. You can stay here or stretch your arms by your sides, let the core do the work. Finding that gazing point, fix your focus, and we're coming into airplane. So take a nice breath in, and on your exhale, moving with control, kicking that leg back behind you, keeping your chest rather lifted. Strong arm, strong back leg. We're landing back in our warrior one. So bending your left knee a lot, landing your right set of toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, float the hands down. Stepping back to plank, inhale at the top, exhale, lower down. One back bend with your inhale. And exhale, safe transition to downward dog. Taking a breath or two in any shape that feels like rest. Let's take one more. And then we'll meet back in tabletop. You can do some rounds of cat-cow or just any intuitive movement. And then we'll come back into downward facing dog when you're ready. Take your time. From here, we'll take the feet out toward the wide edges of the mat, and we'll walk our hands back to our feet. We're coming back into our squat pose. Guide your toes out, bring your heels in, and sit all the way down as far as you'd like. Bringing the fingertips down to the mat, take a nice breath in. Exhale, send the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart center. We're coming into tree pose here. We'll stand strong on our left, bend the right knee, guide the right knee out to the right. You might find the ankle or the calf or all the way up to the inner thigh. Just make sure that foot is not on your knee. Rooted and grounded. You might grow some branches here in your tree. Breathe. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the palms together and float them down. Unhook your right leg, let it hover. And then we'll set it down and do the other side. Left knee bends, guide your left knee out. Keep your hips squared towards the top of the mat. And then finding a comfortable but challenging place for that foot. Maybe calf, maybe inner thigh, see what works. Breathing here, finding that gazing point, fixing your focus, and growing your branches. There might be some movement in your branches, some wind. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the palms together and float them down. We'll unhook our left leg, let it hover. And then we will set it down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk it out to your plank pose. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower down with control. A back bend with your inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, safe transition. We are coming through to a seat with the legs out long. Take your time. Let's flex the toes towards the face. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soft forward fold over your legs. See if you can firm up the belly to help you fold. Using inhales to find space, exhales to relax. We'll use our next inhale to lift up, arms up overhead. Exhale, guiding the fingers back behind you, opening up the chest. You can stay here or plant the hands on the mat. Bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat, and lift the hips up for a reverse table. Looking forward or looking up, take a breath. And then we'll lower the hips back down. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide for butterfly posture. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale to forward fold. Softening the shoulders away from the ears, allowing the inner thighs to relax. breathing here. Take one more breath. And then we'll lift our chest up, fold our knees together, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a hug, take a breath. And then we'll release and we will lay all the way down. Once you find this reclined place, get comfy, take a breath. And eventually we'll move into a full body stretch. So reaching the arms up overhead, nice breath in to stretch and reach. And then exhale, we'll hug the knees into the chest. Pausing here, belly moving towards the thighs, and then you can take a little rock from side to side if you like. See how your low back feels, see how your hips feel, see how you feel, and find your breath. Bringing your hands to your knees and starting to circle your knees around. Make sure that you go both directions. And from here, releasing the legs down to the mat, about hip width distance, arms alongside you. Inhale, lift your hips up for bridge pose, and then exhale, we'll float the hips right back down. Try it again. Inhale to lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and we'll hold. You might wiggle your shoulder blades together. You might interlace your fingers. See if your legs can be really strong here in bridge pose. Let's take one more breath. And then we'll unwind the arms and lower the hips all the way down. Bringing your feet out towards the wide edges of the mat and dropping your knees from side to side. Hugging the knees back into the chest from here. Take a breath. And then we'll start to release the legs and stretch them up towards the sky. Separating your legs so that you can circle out the ankles, flex and point the feet. Maybe reaching your arms up there too. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. We'll take a nice breath in, and exhale, we'll squeeze the knees back into the chest. We're coming into our final posture, which is a reclined butterfly. So soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Feel free to bring a prop or a blanket underneath your outer thighs just to make the shape a little bit softer. We'll rest here for a little bit of time just to focus on the conscious flow of our breath and also this nice inner thigh stretch. Let's take one more breath. And then we'll use the help of our hands to fold our knees together. Allow your knees to touch and then separate through your feet, letting your knees rest together. Low back finds the mat. Take a breath. And then we'll start to move into some of those windshield wipers, dropping the knees from side to side. Eventually we'll meet with the knees hugged back into the chest. And then if you like, starting to move into a lifted butterfly, knees out wide, grabbing onto ankles or shins. And you can stay here or find a full happy baby, grabbing onto the outer blades of the feet and kicking the feet up towards the sky. If there's anything else that will complete your practice for today, now is the time. The next shape that we'll find all together is our Shavasana, our place of rest. We'll fold the knees together and we'll slide the legs out long on the mat. Taking up some space with your body, relaxing your shoulders away from your ears, letting your legs soften, your face soften. And this is our resting shape. We'll be here for a few minutes just to relax and breathe. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Enjoy this time, and I'll let you know when it's time to come up. We'll start to bring some awareness back to our breath, breathing in and out, and starting to find some small movement. Rocking your head from side to side and starting to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle out your wrists and your ankles. Eventually, we'll reach the arms up overhead, back to that full body stretch. Let's take a nice breath in, stretch and reach. And big exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Hugging the knees back into the chest, thanking your body for doing this practice, keeping you safe and healthy and well. Raising your right arm overhead, moving on to the right side, taking a breath in this shape. Pressing yourself up to an easy seated shape, just like we started our class. Stretching your arms out by your sides, we'll inhale, reach them up, and exhale, press the palms together and float them down, our gesture of connection. Closing the eyes, tucking the chin, taking a breath. As always, it is my honor to be your guide for this class. Thank you so much for joining us here with Downtown Tallahassee and Florida Blue. Go in peace. Namaste. Thanks again. My name is Addie, and I will see you next time.